This is Robert from Crit Games. I want to show you guys today something that's pretty cool. Just showed up in the mail. These are monster cards, and they come in two different decks. So you have monster cards challenge level 0 through 5, and then the monster cards challenge 6 through 16. And there's two different sizes. The lower levels are definitely a thicker deck, that type of thing. There's more monsters in there. But what these are, these have your standard D&D monsters, and you can match them to the challenge rating. You can calculate this by having your players, and then each of the monsters has a challenge associated. There's some links I can provide for showing you how to do the challenge. But what these are is they're different decks with all different monsters. You have your standard ones that are in the monsters manual, and the nice thing about this is they come as a set of cards. So it looks kind of like this. And as a DM, you can, before the adventure, take these, throw them down on the table. The reverse side has your stats, different skill senses, languages, basically the things that are inside the monsters manual, but they're ready to go at the table. And literally what you can do is you can set aside a few of these for some of the different encounters that are happening. And what I like to do with my players is actually take one of these, throw it down on the table. So say, hey, you see this bugbear chief, and then you can actually use it to show your players, give a little more interest to it. Especially if you don't have figures, what you can do is have this card available and show them, the different pictures of it. It just makes it a lot easier to play, especially if you're sitting around a table. So all of these are the lower tier monsters. Again, that's the challenge level 0 through 5. And what they did with this deck is they have a couple of these, which are the smaller size cards. And then with this, some of the larger monsters actually get these larger sized index cards, right? So these would be, so if you take like this Chul, right? So if you look at the backside, there's a little more going on with this one. Like the Chul gets more actions, that type of thing. These are a little bit nicer as larger because you can use a little bit more. The challenge 6 through 6 and the larger ones. So here we have a Chimera, Cyclops. What I really like to do is I'll have my players play the game. I have these little mini tokens that I'll use for damage. So especially if you don't have a figure, you can just drop this down on the table and have this mark the damage. I also have these little heart counters that I can throw down. But it just, it makes it for a nice way to keep track. If I ever need to reference something on the back, there's a lot of information there ready to go. In fact, it's everything you need to run this monster. And there you go. There's a nice way to do your monsters in a game. So if you want to see more of these videos, more accessories, more things that to bring into your game, especially for this dungeon mastering series that I'm doing, let me know, like or subscribe. Check us out at Crit Games LLC on Twitter, or follow us on our YouTube channel. And as always, game on.